Okay, so the first thing I'm going to be discussing is the gameplay. Now, the gameplay of Dying Light is incredible. Not only is there so much to do, but everything that you can do is so much fun. Everything from parkouring to killing zombies, it all feels really satisfying. And it never really gets boring, like even after hundreds of hours. Sometimes you can spend hours just running around killing zombies with different weapons because the combat feels so good and satisfying. Other times you just be running around on rooftops in Old Town and drop kick zombies off of buildings and like watch them fall to the ground. It never really gets boring. Okay, so the graphics. Another thing that Dying Light really succeeds in is the graphics. For a game that came out basically 5 years ago, it still holds up great visually. I've played a lot of games, and most of them don't look anywhere near as good as Dying Light. Not even recent ones. The world is so detailed and everything looks so good. The foliage, for example, looks amazing. Unlike in, for example, GTA 5, where it just looks like green squares. The level of detail when it rains is also amazing. I mean, you can see the water drops on chimneys and on rooftops and on cars, on the ground. And the game also integrates the weather into the gameplay really well. So if it's raining, electric weapons are going to be doing a lot more damage because like electricity runs through water really great, like because it's, I don't know what it's called, a conductor. No, I don't know, but something like that. So it's not rain for the sake of rain like it is in like many other games. Well, of course it's also to make a great weather system. I mean, that's basically why other games do it, but like there's a reason beyond that to why it actually has weather. Dying Light is a zombie game, so if the zombies suck, so would the game. But do the zombies suck in Dying Light? No, of course not. If the zombies sucked, I wouldn't sit here discussing why Dying Light is an amazing game, now would I? No. There's enough variation in the zombies here in the game for it to never become boring. Something I thought like the early COD Zombies games really lacked was the addition of special zombies. Sure, you had the Nova Crawlers and Hellhounds. Well, you didn't really, well, yeah. And then you had some other bosses in like Ascension and stuff like that, but basically those two main zombie types for the first two games basically. But in this game there's so many, well, not like hundreds or something, but there's a lot of different zombies. Each have their own like unique behavior, appearance and abilities, and of course their own well, what the hell? Their unique tactic required to take them down. Sorry for like messing that up. I'm not used to talking to people of this. Sitting inside and like doing online classes is kind of like screwing with my mind. Alright, so the weapons. As I discussed when I covered the gameplay, the weapons in this game feel great. Slicing zombies with katanas is gruesome, but yet so satisfying. Headshotting zombies left and right with a Bozak bow kinda makes you feel like Legolas from Lord of the Rings. And one-shotting zombies with a tribal axe, that just makes you feel so powerful, kinda like Thor when he has the Stormbreaker, except slightly less badass. I mean, Kyle Crane is still a badass, but he doesn't like summon lightning or anything. And the upgrade system just makes it even better. You want a knife that can freeze zombies solid? Or a baseball bat that'll send zombies flying back? I mean, you can just craft that. All you need is the blueprints. Just walking around killing zombies is something that you could do for hundreds of hours. And I'm guilty of doing that actually. And just like the weapons, I already covered some of this when I talked about the gameplay, but I'll further elaborate. The parkour system in this game is the most satisfying parkour system I've seen in any game that I've played anyway. I always found the parkouring in Assassin's Creed to be a bit boring, but the parkour in this game never struck me as boring or tedious. I actually enjoyed the parkour, jumping over rooftops in Old Town, grappling hooking from buildings from building to building, and sliding under blockades all feels silky smooth. And just like killing zombies, it's something that you can do forever. And when I parkour in Assassin's Creed, for example, I only do that because I have to parkour to get somewhere. Like, I want a sea shanty in Black Flag, then you have to parkour to get it, and that's like the only time I'll really parkour in that game, unless it's for like a mission or boarding a ship. Other than that, I'll not parkour. In this game, I'll actually parkour freely just because I want to, because the parkour system is so good. Dying Light is an open world game, but unlike many other open world games, the world really is open. I mean, you can actually enter buildings, unlike, for example, GTA 5, where you can enter, like... Can you even enter buildings? I mean, I don't know. So, in Dying Light, a majority of the houses are able to be accessed. Like, some doors are just open, some have, like, windows open, others you have to lockpick your way into, but there's not many houses that you can't actually enter, so... And there's also a lot of different places to go. It's not just cities, there's parks, some form of mountainous areas depending on where you are, and there's beaches and other things, and like everything just looks amazing in the world of Dying Light. And like aforementioned, exploration is really fun, due to the fact that houses are accessible and there's lootable items, meaning that there's always a reason for you to explore. Sometimes you might find a king upgrade in a chest, other times some coffee that you can sell to buy like a sword or a hammer. The world is also very detailed. There are never really any areas without content. For example, you can be running around on a beach and there's a corpse in the water, and you might be thinking, where did that come from? And then there's a mountain above the beach, and there you can see like a picnic basket and a blanket or something. So like, or you might find a trailer standing out in the middle of nowhere with maybe like some loot inside of it, like a shotgun, a double barrel shotgun. Are you going through a house? Well, there might be some voice notes or just notes that you can find there to get, like, I guess, some lore behind the virus outbreak. But that's really all I have to say. This review was a lot shorter. It was also scripted, but I think, like, I didn't follow the script very well because I sounded like a fucking robot. Oh, YouTube is not gonna like that. But I was like, yeah, you can explore in this game and it's really fun. But like, I wanted to have a script so that it felt more genuine. Well, it doesn't feel more genuine, but so it felt like I actually cared more about the games. Like, I cared enough to make a script, which I do. And like most of the time when I make these shitty game reviews, I tend to not have a script. So if you enjoyed, don't like or subscribe. You don't have to, because I don't upload a lot anyway, and it's just shitty videos. Like like I really don't upload actually, because I recorded an Elder Scrolls Online review like 3 months ago, 2 months ago. I still haven't even started editing it or something. I've completely forgotten about it, but I don't really feel like talking about that game that much because it's kind of boring. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Peace off.